Morning folks. What do golf pros do when they don't have lessons for an hour and a half? Let's go up and try some of the new drivers. So it's the first opportunity I've had to try the new Titleist TS range, the new M5 TaylorMade, the Ping and the Epic Flash Sub-Zero. So we've gone through and done some testing with each of these. The Titleist one for me personally, and it doesn't mean that that's going to be the rule of thumb for everyone, but for me the Titleist one's certainly been a stronger ball flight. So that TS2, I really like the feel of it. But it was really interesting. My club head speed, ideally I should be using a regular shaft, because now at 60 years of age I'm battling to get 90 miles an hour. If I get 90, I'm going pretty good. So all things being considered, I should in fact be using a regular shaft. Let me show you what happens when I use a regular shaft, because many years ago True Temper brought out a thing called a shaft determinator, and it was a testing device that showed what sort of shaft you should be using. True Temper are the people who make most of the shafts worldwide. It showed that I used an X Flex, and certainly my whole life through my driving I've been a very straight driver of the golf ball. If I've got a shaft that's too whippy in my driver, I can't control it, so I actually use an X Flex in my driver. Totally wrong, supposedly, for somebody that swings at 90 miles an hour, but I'm about to show you how relevant it is for me. And that's why you need to get tested properly, because don't stereotype yourself, because you just might be a little bit outside the realm of normal, as I am, and you'll see the difference on the flight scope. John's got the flight scope set up here, and we're going to show you the best driver for me with the right shaft and the wrong shaft. So the first one's a regular shaft, which supposedly I should be using. Okay, so this is the regular, which based on my club head speed I'm supposed to use, but when I swing these shafts, it feels like the club head's about 3 feet behind the handle, so I just can't control it. So it goes sideways and shorter, which is not a good combination.
So if we look at the numbers on that compared to the previous one, 4,000 spin, major loss in distance. You can see the ball's gone high to the right, which typically what it does when a shaft is got too much flex in it. So for Mark, from the eggs to the reg, it's just night and day, and it's the exact same head, but the shaft makes such a big difference for him in terms of his distance and his accuracy.
Where's that other shaft?
Yep. So go.
Okay, so this is the even flow X Flex, supposedly the wrong one for me.
So if you look at the numbers there, 2-4 spin, 30 metres further, nice little tight draw, which is going to be a very solid ball flight into the wind, whereas with a regular flex it will go nowhere, and massively further offline as well. So
do understand, when we do this testing on purpose, I've not calibrated distance into this machine, because most people have got egos bigger than their golf bag, so I'm not prepared to calibrate this for drivers. But when we are testing, we're testing apple for apple. So it's the base performance of spin and launch that are the critical factors. What we're also able to get when we look at this is shot dispersion, which is critical for hitting the ball straight. So if we look at all shots, that's where I hit a couple of shots with the even flow, and that's where it goes. Remember, distance is not calibrated into this, but if you see the comparison, short right is the other one, big high spinning cut, which is just the shot that I hate as well. But I just don't feel like I can control anything other than that X Flex shaft, and it's fantastic. And we went through a number of different drivers to come up with the one that performed the best with an X Flex shaft in it, and then with that TS2 Titleist head, certainly the performance, the ball off the club face is superior to everything that I've tried today. So you've got to get the shaft right though. If you based it on theory, I'd be using a driver that was wrong, a driver shaft that was wrong for me. So that's why you've got to do the testing, guys.